American workers spend an average of 57% of their workday standing or walking, according to a 2020 Bureau of Labor report. So what better body part to splurge on than those hard-working feet?
I'm Daphne Board, a custom shoemaker working in Holyoke, Massachusetts. I was taught by shoemakers who worked in theater and film, and so nothing was sort of a catalog style. They just would get drawings from costume designers and make whatever was drawn, which is an incredible way to learn.
20 years later, she's still learning because no two feet are alike, even if they share a body.
Your body is not symmetrical, although we love to think that it is, but it's not. I do know there are people who can just walk into a shoe store and fit into shoes, and that's great. I can't.
Board works to create a shoe that represents her client's personal style, even raising the bar on medically altered shoes and custom orthotics.
I do a lot of orthopedic work. Being a certified podorthist, I can take a prescription or do certain adjustments to help people walk better. The shoe has to fit the ankle brace they're wearing, or if they have an odd-shaped foot. There's all sorts of complications that I enjoy working around and figuring out.
Shoemaking is an art that hasn't changed much in the last 100 years, which is perhaps why this style of work boot from the early 1900s remains one of Board's favorites.
I feel like this is my signature boot. To me, it's sort of about this like crazy toe, the bulldog toe. And I don't know that a factory can reproduce this because there's just so many curves. This is an example of a boot that I really enjoy making.
Though she doesn't sign her work, Board's craftsmanship is distinctive and, in this case, exhibit-worthy.
One of the lines on the pair of boots is the rise and fall of coronavirus cases. So I was just working with this idea of how unfriendly our outside environment is. They're lined in this merino wool with the hair on, which looks like fur, and it's super soft and cozy inside the boot.
These boots will be displayed as part of a textile exhibit at the University of Wisconsin.
Having something made bespoke, exactly how you want it, and the fit, you know, really, I think, defines the custom-made shoe. And you're also supporting an industry where there aren't that many people doing it.
But quality does come at a cost.
People send me pictures sometimes of stars wearing stuff. Then I send them a quote, and most of the times I don't hear from them again, which I completely understand, you know. I mean, it's a lot of work to make a pair of shoes.
Fortunately, not every style carries a Hollywood price tag.
I do a series of sketches to kind of work between what they can wear and what they can afford also.
And a good pair of shoes can last forever.
I love shoe repair for that reason. I don't love doing shoe repair, but I love sending people to shoe repair.
Enter Mike Heimel of Providence Shoe Repair, helping you save on the cost of your shoes by repairing the ones you own.
There's always work. Everyone has feet. Everyone has shoes.
His shoes have traveled quite a road to get here.
I worked in food service for a long time. I did meat cutter. I was a butcher at a grocery store. I did professional wrestling for a long time.
That's right, before he started repairing boots, he used them to stomp the competition as handsome man Sully Banger.
I was mostly the good guy. Everybody likes me, right?
Things changed for Heimel when he walked into Bruce Owensby's Wayland Square Shoe Repair and asked for an apprenticeship.
I was like, oh yeah, I make leather stuff. I'd love to learn. You don't have to pay me. I have a job. I'll just come in and learn. And he was like, no, and I just kept coming back.
Heimel's persistence paid off. Owensby taught him the trade, and in March of 2022, Heimel was ready to open a shop of his own.
I was lucky enough to buy my machines from a gentleman who was retiring. If I were to buy a machine new, it would be 10 times what I paid for them, but it would be the same function. The only thing that I really bought new was my ventilation, but everything else is the same stuff you would have been using 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
At 30, Heimel is young by shoe repair standards. The business is hard work.
You're working, 70, 80 hours a week. I do shoes, I do bags, I can fix wallets.
Some might say the only thing he doesn't do well is say no.
I have a lot of people who peek their heads in and they're like, hey, can you do this? And it's hard to say no. You don't want to say no because you want to help. Repair could be $10 to $200. It's that huge range. I want people to continue fixing their shoes if they love them. My favorite thing to do is work with people's well-loved items and mend their favorite pieces, no matter the cost.
And Bruce Owensby, who taught Mike how to fix shoes, sadly passed away last year. His Whalen shop closed in December, but his legacy lives on in Mike and many others who he met and taught along the way.
Oh, that's nice. And back to Daphne Board. She tries to use leather that actually has texture and scars that you can see because it reminds her that the material came from a living creature, and she works very hard to try to waste very little material.
Keep the authenticity.
Yes.
Still to come.